Sherrill Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Sherrill.
Are we on? We are on. And today is Shabbat. Shalom. Wow. You know that this is my favorite day of the week. Shabbat. Shalom. Shalom. Shabbat. And so today we are going to be looking at other aspects of how we need to celebrate life on reggae to reggae during our Shabbat. And of course, the Shabbat is not a Shabbat unless it is Shalom. Shabbat. So, welcome to our Shabbat program. And I have to make sure all the things are placed in a lion of the tribe of Judah. Remember, it's not really a lion, but I'm calling those things that are not as if they were until they become. So if you have a stuffed lion that you don't like, give me. It's okay, I'll take it. And over here, I have my angel. This is who I identify with. An angel is a messenger. And in this case, a messenger from God. And what does the angel have in like her hand? But guess what? Angels don't have many sex. I don't know how many sex either. But this angel is bringing a message about Jamaica. And so every day we are going to be looking at how we as individual Jamaicans can prepare ourselves to carry out the message. It's in the book that has been given to us as Jamaicans. Now, more on that as we go along. But today, I am going to be looking at how we as individuals need to prepare ourselves to carry out the message for Jamaica. And so we have to start with, first of all, reminding you of the 4 rules, which we did during this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we did the 4 rules. The first rule is, this is the rule of celebrate life. How do you celebrate life? With me. This is how you do it. 1, you must know where you're going. Anything you're going to do, you have to know where you're going. Secondly, you must know your driver. You can't go on a bus with other people who don't know where they are going. Know your driver. I am just a co-pilot. See the driver there? See him here? The lion of the tribe of Judah. And when he is driving, you must get to the right destination, because guess what? You got to know the abilities of your driver. He is Yeshua HaMashiach. I like my best name for him. It's called El Shaddai. And I always share with you my drawing, my image of El Shaddai. It means the many-breasted God. And this is not an X-rated program. This here God have many breasts hanging all over. Back and front, top and bottom. Thousands of breasts. But why? Because guess what? From the breast, you'll get the food of life. And so I can find any one of these today and just suck onto it. And I have all the nourishment, all the defenses, all the everything that I need to get the job done. So guess what? We don't have no luck. And remember, last week we looked at achieving spiritual health. So rule number 2 was on, know your driver. Rule number 3 is pay as you enter. You have your responsibilities, so you better make sure you put in your part. Because if you don't put in your part, then how can you expect to reap the rewards? Now, a lot of people don't like to put in their part, But what I have to explain to everybody is that when you give your part, and what is your part? All, everything, totality. Because if you do not give your part, then guess what? You won't get his part. And if you give part of your part, you want to get part of his part. But if you give all of your part, then you get all of his part. And he will lead you into all truth about everything. And you will have abundance in every area. What a lot of superlatives. But that's how the program works. And when you know where you're going, know your driver, do your part by paying as you enter this journey, this bus, then you can enjoy the ride. Then you can celebrate life every moment of every day. Well, guess what? Last night I went to a play. It's called The Glass House at Swallowfield. And I'm telling you, after I came home, it covered all the possible dysfunctionalities that could happen in a family. It was there. When I came home, I went into depression. I said, oh God, our country is in such a mess. How are we going to ever get out? I got home about after 10. And for the next 2 hours, I just said, you have to give me the answer. Because I can't live under this depression. Because when you look at the state of the individuals, the state of the families, the state of the churches, the communities, the nation, we stay back. And guess what? He showed me Jeremiah 29:11. And when I sit down and I read that, and I get some more additional things as to how this is supposed to work out. My goodness, he said, child, do not despair. Remember on your show to do with psychological health, you spoke about the only time you go into depression is when you look on the past. And the only time you go into anxiety is when you live in the future. So guess what? Don't live in the past, even though it was a few hours ago. Don't get anxious and look into the future, but live in today. Look at the solutions that I have made for today. And as you look into the solutions for today, you understand that God has a plan. And when you know that that plan is not to hurt you or to cause you any harm or hurt or pain, it is to give you a hope and a future to bring you to the expected end of what the Creator planned before the foundation of the earth. And that is to give me, you, your family, your community, your church, your nation, prosperity and success. Why on earth would you want to be depressed and stay in yesterday? Why would you want to be anxious and going to tomorrow? Look at this, the solutions that your Creator. It's in the book, it's in the book. You have to go into the operations manual and get out the operations manual. I had one playing while I was ruminating. And I said, look here, may I hear it? But may I have a seat? And may I have to read it for myself so that I can hear it. Faith comes by hearing what you say. You don't get faith by hearing what somebody said. You have to get faith by hearing what you say. And as you speak that word, it goes into the ear gate, and then it goes into the cells. I am not making this up, you know. This is a scientific fact. Words affect your emotions. Emotions secrete chemicals and hormones into your system. And when that goes and fills up the whole body, you know, when you get all the endorphins coming out, when you have faith, and when you say positive things to yourself, that comes out in this world because those words are creative force. Your words are creative force too. But when you say the wrong words, you create the wrong thing. So guess what? I start to speak these words into my system, and I speak it into my system. And as everything, I just start to feel good because the endorphins go. These are your chemicals. And they are what you call your neurotransmitters. They transmit information from one place to the other. And you know, when your endorphins come out, what it transmits, the information it transmits, Shalom, which is everything in perfect, upright order according to how God intended it to be. Nothing missing, nothing broken. That's why you can't give half. Because in how you give half, you're not going to get on. Anytime you look in the Word and you see all and everything and must happen and will happen and shall happen, you know what that means? If you don't give all, then you cannot embrace that all. And so, I want to encourage us today, children, as we approach Sabbath day. Hey, you notice my glass have a different color. It is always green. Because at 12 o'clock, I usually have my green drink. At 2 o'clock, I have my orange drink. So the day I was late, I had my carrot juice. Today is water. Why? Because it is a fast time. And this is the best drink when you're fasting because it cleanses everything. It's like the washing of the water of the word. So when you take this word and just wash your brain and wash your mind and wash your emotions and wash your relationships, everything come up clear. All the toxins gone. So when you're fasting, water is the best thing. And I'm fasting this middle meal. But remember, you know, the fast don't have to do with what you eat and drink, you know. Believe it or not, a lot of people think that that is what fast is all about. The fast don't have to do with what you eat and drink. It has to do with, this is not the fast that I require you. That you top from eat and drink. You know, a lot of people, when they go to fast, all they do is top eat. What are you doing? All you're doing is starving yourself. You ain't getting no benefit. In fact, the only thing you're getting is just because it says fast and pray. So if you don't have time to pray, or you don't have you haven't developed the capacity to pray while you're working and doing everything else, nobody's fast. Because the purpose of the fast is to release those who are captive. The one them who bound up in your workplace, in your school, in your community, in your church, where that is the purpose of the fast. So if you can't start, do what you need to do to break the bonds, then the fast is a waste of time. You see me, I'm a person today. Yes, man. These are called temple colors. And so everything in life is representative. One of us go there and say, oh, I like this nice. We have flag, those jump up and down. Look here. Everything has symbolism. And we need to understand the root symbol of all of these things. So now that I've given a little background to our Shalom, Shabbat, we're going for a break. And when we come back, we're going to get into the meat of the matter. Well, we're going to get into the nourishing food of the matter. No meat, right? See you in a while.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created reggae2reggae.com.
Are you struggling with some kind of health condition? Is it arthritis, high blood pressure, Crohn's disease, constipation, AIDS, cancer? Whatever it is, we can show you how to get your natural defenses up so that your bodies will deal with your condition. Join us as our studio audience on reggae2reggae.com when we will teach you how to celebrate every moment of your life. Call us at 336-7350 for information. Limited space.
Song on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Sharice.
Hi, we're back. And guess what? This morning, I went to a prayer breakfast for wives. And oh my God. You know, when we sit down and say we are children of God and we are part of the body of Christ, we have to be careful, you know, because what is required of us is so much that sometimes we can get overwhelmed. But you know, my husband used to say, instead of thinking of all the whole heap of things that you have to remember, the whole 600 Jewish laws, and then you have 600, if you ever read the Jewish book of why, 13,000 different rules. Or you mustn't break the toilet paper on the Sabbath, you must fold it up into little blocks and put it down. Or you mustn't press the Sabbath elevator when you're coming down. All them sort of things. He says, one thing you have to do. It's like how God said, I am. You just learn to love the Lord with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. You're gone clear. Gone clear. So you need to understand that you can break it down to the most important one. And then, that is what you must do for him. But what you must do for yourself now? Be. Be. I go to a church that says, to be and make disciples. But guess what? Me not gonna say the second part. I only say the first part. Be. Done. Easiest thing to do. Because guess what? As those who have aligned themselves with the way that we have been called to go, then we have one thing to be. Be. Because one of the things I learned from my late husband is that no matter what you say, all the talk means nothing in the world if you are not being. That is why God said, I am present. And that's what he calls us to be. To be. And when he gave us the Great Commission, he told us, be. End of story. When you be, then you can teach. You can preach. You can disciple. You can baptize. You can heal. You can raise the dead. All of that comes out of one thing. Being. One thing. Being. And so that is what we're going to concentrate on for today as we celebrate Shalom, Shabbat. Because guess what? The only time you can celebrate Shabbat is in Shalom. Because you got to come away. Come away. And I'm not doing it like a certain grouping where you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't. So that's how the Jews celebrate it, you know. When I was in Israel, I used to have fight broke out between the Orthodox and the other Jews. Still religious Jews, you know. But listen to me. You see those who are really deep in this Jewish thing, Lord have mercy, them carry to an extreme. And when you concentrate on all that you're not to do, you don't know what you are to do. And you do not have any time to be. So I just want to remind you how I celebrate my Shabbat. And you can talk to the Lord and see if you want to take some of the things out of it, because I ain't telling you how to do it. You must get your own instructions. I spend the first 2 hours closeted with Yeshua HaMashiach. And in that time, and I'm asking for nothing, you know, we just have a fabulous interaction. You know, and I just said, boy, but I don't know how I live without you, you know, because everything I need, you've given me, not you have it. You have given me, and it is in the gifts. Remember we talked about the gifts yesterday or the day before? All the gifts that are freely given to us. And what we have to do is take them, open them, and use them. I spoke about it here when you get this present from somebody, give Christmas present, and you say, nice. I told you about my brother who got book. And he was so unhappy that Christmas. But a lot of us get gifts. And we say, oh, this is a wonderful good gift. I really appreciate it. And then we don't even unwrap it because we don't want to disturb the pretty people. Some of us unwrap it so they can see it. And then we display it on the mantelpiece. Mantelpiece? We don't have mantelpiece in Jamaica. But anyway, you put it on top of a desk, or the table, or the bureau top, or wherever you put it. But guess what? You don't use it. You know, I used to have some perfume that used to have like that. And eventually my mother says, look, you haven't used this for so long, I'm going to dump it. She said, I said, why, mommy? And she would say to me, because it tastes like shiwi. I said, what is shiwi? It smells like shiwi. I said, what do you mean? She says, you don't know that urea is the basis for most perfumes. And if you keep them too long, they start to smell like urea. That's urine. An extract from urine. Believe it or not. From then, I stopped using those perfumes. Because if we keep it on too long, you start to smell like moving right along. What I was telling you about is when you get a gift, you mustn't just put it down to display it. You've got to use it every day to get the benefit of the gift. And so those gifts that we have been given, we have to use them every single day. It's not the effect of using the gifts, you know. It is the use of the gifts that gives you muscles. And then you learn and grow. And whether you see the effect of the gift working out in your life or not, it's not the important thing. The important thing is that you are obedient in exercising that gift. And guess what happens when you exercise that gift? You know, we talk about 4 points, 0.4 grade average, a 4.0 grade average and stuff like that. In Jamaica, we talk about 100%. My daughter got 100% of the test. And one of my adopted sons come and tell me, my dear, hi Clarence, Alicia got 100% on her test. And I said, wow, isn't that wonderful? And I said, how much did your other daughter get? And he said, something like 67. I said, wow, isn't that wonderful? I said, you need to give both of them the same accolades, 67% or 100%. Why? The pivotal thing is, did they do their best? Did they put out their all? End of story. That is all the book requires of us. And the writer of the book, our creator, that is all he requires of us. That we put out our 100% best. The results are neither here nor there. So parents, stop driving your children to suicide and make sure that in every relationship you ask for one thing, your 100% best. And then you give appreciation, rewards, and celebration, not based on the results, but based on the effort put out. Because why? That is how God judges us. He says, I reward the intents of the heart. I think that all them people in the Old Testament, and all them people in the New Testament, and all them people in this your life don't get struck dead immediately. Because he is merciful. He is gracious. That's why you have to know it, Rabbi. Because if you don't know the abilities and the capabilities and the character and the intent to bless us and to run us down with goodness and mercy and give us everything we need for life and godliness. So when you get the gifts, use them to the best of your ability and move on. Don't even look around to see what is going on. Because guess what? He is one who is going to bring it to pass. And it's not like he will bring it to pass, It already come to pass. I remember, the time thing on him is not different. And how did he work this thing out? He looked at the end and he saw that in 2030 there are going to be certain challenges in this country, in your family, in your life, that only you can provide the solution for. And so he went back, way back, before time began. I can't even fathom that. But anyway, that's what the book said, and so I just have to say. He went back way before time began, and he got certain ancestors together, and he bring one from Scotland, and he bring one from Africa, and he bring one from, and he mix them up in Jamaica, and then by hook or crook, most times by crook, the two people come together, illegally very often, but guess what? There was a plan for your life. There was a plan for your activities to come into being. And that had to happen. So if you're still breathing, even if you're incapacitated and next to death, on the bed, your plan is coming to pass. It has purpose. Once there is life, there is purpose being fulfilled. So don't fight against your purpose. Just relax. That is what Shalom is all about. That is why I can do this program of the day, because I tell you, after last night, I said, boy, how can I go and celebrate life today? After thinking about all of those challenges that this country faces, you know why I can celebrate? Because I'm part of the solution. And instead of sitting down and getting depressed about what was yesterday, I am using everything I have to be part of the solution for today. Do we need a break now, sir? I will break now, but not after this, because I have to flow for the next half an hour. We are going on a break. And then when we come back, we're going to now look at the steps that we need to take to get it going. Celebrate life.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created reggae2reggae.com. On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
I know things have got to change. Ooh, somehow I know it's got.
You're on? Well, my dear, guess what? I went to prayer breakfast this morning and eat off all of the lipstick. And so I just put it back on. I went through the first half of the program and forget setting that on in the lipstick. Well, now I'm lipsticked and I'm ready to go. Well, all right. Listen to me. We are now going to look at how God put us together specifically the way we are. There is nobody around like me. Thank God. And there's nobody around like you, because guess what? I was made as a link in a chain. Nobody can supply that. And you were made as, that thing within the joints, the ligaments, and the goopy stuff in there, and they call it lubrication in the joints. When you study the medical things, sometimes they call it some names that you can't identify with. I'm going to tell you exactly what it means, even though I have a medical training and background. You all have to know the links that you supply, and if one little chemical is out of whack in there, arthritis, all sort of pain, and that is what you cause. When you don't fulfill your destiny, you cause pain to the other parts. And so today we're looking at this prayer breakfast on the fact that we're supposed to solve our life. And if we are solved our life, how can Jamaica rank so high on all them terrible lists? So guess what? Get back your saltiness. The salt has lost its savor, and the light on the bushel broke the bushel. Lick it well. You need to shine in everything that you are, no matter who like it or don't like it, who think you're extra or who think you. Listen to me. God made you for a purpose that nobody else can fulfill. And you got to get with the program. How do you get to the program? All. Give everything you are. Listen to me. There is nothing worth getting involved in that you're not willing to die for. And if you're not willing to die for, go down by your knees and ask God to give you the willingness to do so. Because if you are not willing to die for, there comes a point when you're going to pull back. Whether it's out of fear or out of opposition. You have got to get that capability only from the Spirit that is going to lead you into all truth, that is going to empower you. We spoke about that getting your spirit in sync with the spirit yesterday, and how we need to understand what he has come to give us. And as we understand those things, we will just be propelled into doing it. We were talking about gifts. You know what the exercise of the gifts does? It makes you bear fruit. Remember, fruit don't take, you don't just plant it today and then it grow into a tree and tomorrow you get a fruit. It takes time. It takes application. It takes pruning. It takes watering, mulching, fertilizing, protecting, and whatever else. But guess what? All of this is supplied. That's what the Spirit is for. And so this is why it is so important to get our spirits lined up with that Spirit that God has breathed into us, so that we can carry out the functions that he has created us for. And I was speaking to your ear. I did ask the producer to put some WD-40 on it or some coconut oil. But I don't know what happened. But it won't be speaking tomorrow. Because tomorrow we're going to be doing our Lord's Day program. And that's my second best day of the week. Number one is Shabbat. Why? Because God rested from his work on the Sabbath. And I rest from my work on the Sabbath. Anything I do on the Sabbath is service, enjoying God's gifts. After I enjoy his presence, then I go out and I just do service. Oh, it's so wonderful. I do like he does, and I say what he says. And, it's the best day of my week. And it's also the day sometimes I go to the beach and enjoy the wonderful nature. And the fact he's given me all these muscles, I'm able to swim, and he's given me all these gifts and these friends, and have a wonderful time. No anything that worships and exalts your Creator. But no work. If he did it, I need to do it. Right? That's how our big brother example lived while he was here on earth. And that's how we need to live. And guess what? You notice he was never hurried, never hustle. I want to leave with you for you busy. People who say, I am totally committed. My time is totally committed to the Lord. I'm in full-time service. I'm working so hard for him. If you're not taking your day of rest, you're out of the will. Like I tell you that. And if you're always busy, you're out of the perfect will that he has put in Jeremiah 29:11. You know what B-U-S-Y mean? Be bound. You under S. Satan. Why? Yoke. Bound under Satan's yoke. It is the number one distraction to doing the will of God, because it imbalances you and makes every relationship you engage in dysfunctional. I never say, I get it out of this book. I'm just a co-pilot. All instructions are in this instruction manual. So make sure, if you never take Shabbat before, you don't have any day of rest, make sure you start it. And a lot of people, when I used to go to church, I used to say, they used to tell me initially that Sunday is our Sabbath. Then when I started to study Greek and Hebrew, I said, but Sabbath is don't mean a day of rest only. It also means the day after Friday. And the Friday start, the Saturday start on Friday at sundown. And that Saturday. Anyway, I'm getting confused. Anyway, that is on Shabbat. We use the original calendar of the people of God. And we're now in 5774. 5774. That is the year we are in. And so on Shabbat, we have to observe the Jewish day, which starts at sundown and ends at sundown. And so, for purposes of Shabbat, it's from sundown on Friday until sundown on Saturday. And we have got, if we want to follow Jesus' example, it's not about the interpretation of the teachings, it is Jesus' example, and that is what he was sent here to do. We need to observe a day of rest. And we start it whether at sundown, Friday, or if you prefer to start it Saturday morning when you wake up. Whichever, or both. Make sure you spend that time closeted with your Lord and Savior, your Creator, the one who is the driver, the one who is your supplier. And then you will have everything you need. He'll power you up. And you will be able to just move through the whole week because you started it right. You know what? God, bad morning, can't go good evening. And because I have an international audience, that means what has started off on the wrong foot badly cannot be corrected in the evening. You have to start a new day and start it right. And that is why tomorrow never comes. So if you had a problem where you never took your day of rest today, start it now. Start it today. Don't say next week. Now. Why? You see that verse that says, now is the accepted time, now is the day of salvation. Do you know what that word that them translated salvation is? It's so. You know what that means? Well, everything in the right place. It's almost like Shalom. Well-being in every area. You shall be well. And when somebody says, how are you today? And you say, very well, thank you. Then you understand you're talking about so. Why? Because you will be saved from all the different things that the enemy put out there for you. Remember what he come to do? Kill your passion. Steal your health, your wealth, your peace, your love, and your joy. And when he's done, he'll destroy your life. But that is the bad part. That is yesterday's things. Anytime you focus on that, depression. You know what is today's word? I have come. The I am has come to give you life and life more abundantly. And what is that? Abundant health, abundant wealth, abundant peace, abundant love, and abundant joy. And guess what? All of them come out of having one thing. Shalom. So that is why the Shabbat rest is the most important thing. Because once you have the Shabbat rest, then it can transfer onto the whole of the week. Because it says there is a Sabbath rest for the people, the believers, those who believe all that is written in here. If you don't believe all, then you're not going to get all the rest. It's as simple as that. So those who believe and decide to follow all that is written therein. Where that come from? Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth. That means you must keep talking and talking and talking. It's like white out plenty. Same way, talk and talk. Even if it's just yourself you're talking to, don't let that depart out of you. You just keep muttering it and mumbling it, because you need to get it together in your head, in your spirit, and it just automatically comes to your body. Right. That's how you get physical, yeah. Incidentally, is not the food contrary to firm opinion. It is the word that is put into your spirit. He sent his word to heal us. But as I was saying, if you want to translate the day of rest into the week of rest, where it does repose, then you've got to make sure it does not depart out of your mouth, but you're ruminating it day and night, and you observe, analyze it, to do, put it into action, all, not some. If you do some, you get some of the rewards. You do all, you get all of the rewards. To do all that is written therein. Then you will make your way. That is your total lifestyle. Everywhere you go, everything you do, successful. And then you will make your way prosperous. Then you will make your way prosperous. Is that what you want? I know. That's what I want. And so I have to attempt every day to put everything into all that I do. That way the enemy can't kill my passion, can't steal my abundance, and it cannot destroy my life. So, we're going to look at what were we put here to do, and what we were put here to do. This is the part when we look at the overall thing here. Jeremiah 29:11. It says, I have a plan. I'm going through that today. Expected end, success and prosperity, hope, future. You know, this whole thing called 70 years. Gone through it for a long time. After we get 120, it has never been reduced to 70. It's poor, depressed mind that said, if you got 70 and perchance you got 80, that would be a good thing. But look in Genesis chapter 6 and see where my Creator says, you know something? Only people full of too much sin, and so I am going to reduce the lifespan from 6 and 7 and 8 and 900 years down to 120, because any other live longer than that is going to self-destruct. That is why it came down to 120, and that is exactly where it still is. So you can decide if you want to aim for 70, because if you aim for 70, you are going to get 70. I aim for 120, because I'm giving my all. I want all. But guess what? Anything I ask for, you know, I always have a little proviso. And the end, and you know what it said? Lord Jesus, if you don't want me to step through this door, although I'm knocking and knocking, keep it shut. If you don't want me to go that way, rub my foot. Because anytime I have a problem, I have to go back to this little book. And sometimes I don't do penetrate and everything, you know. It's sort of not too, sometimes. But I have another proviso that I say, you see this book? You see everything? Cover to cover, including the cover. I get a download, but I tell you about that later. Cover to cover. I say, Father God, I believe. Everything is there, I believe. And there it is, the brain is going, nang. How you going to believe that when you see something different? How you going to believe that when Jamaica I go down with you? I said, let me tell you something. This Shabbat is the truth. And if you see something else, you hear something else, you feel something else, you know something else, those are the facts. Facts can change. Truth cannot. The facts are that this thing I do but the truth is that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And so I will smile even though I'm being joked. All right, back to the book. Here we have the truth. Our senses only keep us in touch with the facts. Our spirits, God's spirit in us, keeps us in touch with the truth. And so we have got to always bring the facts under the submission of the truth every time. So that when I see, and that's what I had to do with what happened last night, because after I felt so horrible about the contemplation of what is happening in our country, then I realized that I am part of the solution. You are part of the solution. And all the answers are in the book. So I forget cracking. We've got to get our priority. The priority. Remember the priorities. I want to go on it again. First, God. The first and priority relationship is God. Then the next one is your family, headed by your parents, if you're not married, or by your spouse, if you are married. Then the children. So if you ever put the children before the spouse, dog eat your supper. Moving on. After the family, there is your purpose and calling and what God has put into your heart as your plan for the success of this universe. Then comes your spiritual family. Then comes your community. Then your nation. Then the world. So you can decide if you want to go to China as missionary. What happened to where you're supposed to start? Anytime any one of those relationships are out of position, there is dysfunctionality in every relationship. Because that is God's order in the book. Number one. Number two, let's get on to how we're going to put all of this into practice. And we'll have about 10 minutes left, but it has to do with the Great Commission. You know that when you join an army and you get up in the ranks after you don't study and do all different procedures and go to boot camp and they learn to fly and learn to do this, learn to shoot, learn to fly, learn to all the different areas that you have decided to enlist in and you know are good at it. Then they commission you. You don't get commissioned at the beginning when you're going, It's when you have all the things under your belt. So you have years and years of experience and study of being. Not doing, being. At that point in time, you are commissioned. And that's what we call the Great Commission. Now, what happens when you get into the Great Commission? You are commissioned to go. Know that you have dealt with your relationship with the Creator, your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your family, your relationship. Mr. Producer, can you come and put the fan in? I'm sweating. Your relationship with your family, your intended end, what your purpose is, then your church, then after that. Thank you. Makes such a difference. I'm telling you, the wind of the Spirit is everything. When you do have that breeze and blow, you say, Lord, you're sad, you're hot, you're tired, you're getting exhausted, everything. Back to what I'm saying here. Keep it in the right order. And when you're commissioned to go, then all you're required to do is to be. It says, go and make disciples. Who are disciples? Disciples are people who follow after somebody, and guess what? In this case, follow after Jesus and the example that he set. And you have to follow after him, so you know. And if you go so, they go so. If you go so, they go so. But guess what? He must follow after somebody too. Because he said, me just a follow after my father. And he goes so book, 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 book. And so the father said, choo-choo. He said, choo-choo. So the father get up and goes so. He goes so. And so it was going on. So you follow, and then you can follow me, you know. You follow me as I follow Christ, as Christ follow God. So, don't do anything I do if I'm not following him. Because you're going in the wrong direction. And the other thing is this, anything you see me do, check out the Father. If so, you must do it. Because every one of us is unique, masterpiece, different, and we need to just embrace who we are with all of our idiosyncrasies. You know, sometimes, you know, when some preacher come on, you know, me just say, boy, I like how the joke them into, you know. Me not like this, me not like that. Right? But you have to understand that every single solitary soul has a path. No, this is path. And just what has been put into them encapsulates the dreams and the visions that have been placed in them that the Spirit wants to bring out. And it is as you come to be yourself that you're going to make disciples. Because I don't care what you say. I don't care what you do. The only thing that is going to make change happen in those who you impact is who you are. And that is why being is the most important thing. We have this little verse that we always say, it's not from the Bible. It says, children do what they experience. And that is a fact. You know, every day they say, don't lie, you must not lie. But the children don't tell lie. Why? So them see you lie. Them experience your life. You see that lady when she comes to the door, just tell her I'm not here when she knocks at the gate. Or worse still, the child is there, the lady is knocking at the gate, you know, say nothing to the child. You would never tell the child to lie, but you sit down in there looking out and not answering the gate. Let me tell you something. All of us learn, regardless of child or adult, old man or young picnic. All of us learn one way, by observation. And it just eases off on us by osmosis. I was sharing with you how people used to call our house, they never know what it was. My mother, me, my sister, or her daughter. We all sound alike. Why? Because we mums up and spend time with each other so that we spoke the same way. I thought I speak a little more patois than them now. But that's because I have been called to a different way to communicate with a different set of people. And I've got to be all things to all men so that I can win. So, which song? Is that song only that way, you know? I want to win all that God intended for me to win. So, patch into the thing, man. Get with the program, get your commission, instructions, and move forward with it. Go. And if you go and you are going to be in your going, then you will be able to teach by your life and actions. The words that come out here is just a little emphasis. But guess what? If this and this does not coordinate, forget it. This is not heard because you speak so loud, you shout by your walk, so that your talk cannot be heard. It's just that walk is very noisy. And so we need to understand that that is how we make disciples. That is how we communicate God's way to those who we have influence on and who we impact. Let me tell you something. Every one of us have influence. For the worse or for the better. Every person who you interact with at the street light, everybody you eyeball in any way, everybody who eyeballs you or you eyeball, you have influence on. Because they observe you. They observe your reactions. They observe how much love you exude in your interactions with them. And I'm ending on that. Because it doesn't matter how many people you preach to. It doesn't matter how many people you teach. It doesn't matter how many people you baptize. It doesn't matter how many people you heal. Or you are the channel of healing. It doesn't matter how many people you lay hands on and miracles come out. It does not matter how many people you are instrumental in raising from the dead. Your responsibility is to be. And it might seem like a large task, but it's real easy. You just have to do 2 things. That's 4. 2 things. 2 things. Speak what your Father speaks. Do what your Father does. And so, as we close, I am going to give my favorite prayer. Well, after I finish, I'm going to do the usual Aaronic blessing, because today is Shalom, Shabbat. And my favorite prayer, Eternal Father, bless our land. Guard us with thy mighty hand. Say it with me, please. Keep us free from evil powers. Be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Teach us true respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us, the weak to cherish. Give us vision, lest we perish. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father. Grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and grant you his shalom. See you tomorrow for the Lord's Day program from 12 to 1. And have a great Sabbath rest.
Real Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr. Sheril Chung on reggae2reggae.com. Dr.
words have been spoken by my master.